This is your president, Donald J. Trump. I have a tremendous announcement. Of course, as president, I make hundreds of tremendous announcements every day, okay? Let me just say that today is the birthday of a great patriot, a real winner. No, I'm not talking about myself, although a lot of people are saying that I'm the greatest leader in the history of America. Anyway, back to my announcement.
MUDDIN.
Happy birthday. 40-something years. Not too shabby. Maybe you could run for president someday. Melania and I send our best wishes. Don't listen to the losers. Don't listen to them. That's all fake news media, okay? Just know that you are a winner, like yours truly. Have an incredible day and keep on winning, okay?
It's your birthday! It's your birthday! I'm so excited it's your birthday! Birthdays are my favorite! Let's open some presents. Oh, look, I tore off the ribbons for you. Do you need help with the paper? I can tear off the paper too! Oh, please, please, please open your presents. I love presents. I think presents are the greatest thing in the world. Happy birthday! Oh, happy birthday! I smell cake! Oh, I was a good boy today. Can I have some cake? I love cake. It's my favorite. I hope it's not chocolate though, because I'm not supposed to eat chocolate. Hey, come on, let's sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Time to blow out the candles. Oh, candles are so pretty. I love candles, but they make these little spots in my eyes. It's weird. You get that? Do you want to make a wish? I made a wish. I wished for more cake and presents and ribbons. Oh, time for cake.
Welcome, everyone. We are live, and it is MUDDIN's birthday, 2.0 birthday, big birthday. This is the last day on Earth. He is going to be a puppy. Tomorrow, he will be a full-fledged guard dog. He won't be no pocket beagle no more. No, sir, Bob. He's going to be the big 2.0. He's really excited. He's really excited. He's really excited. What he really wants, he wants a bone. So we are on episode 15 of Muddin and BEAGS, and Muddin's got him a bone now, and he's ready to go muddin. I hope you all are ready to go muddin. And we is going to party tonight. We got to have a special presentation there by the President of the United States. He called in to wish Muddin a happy birthday, and I hope you all are doing well. And thank you for showing up. We're going here to celebrate Muddin's big 2.0 birthday bash. We got carrot cake and candles and got presents, and all the local dogs have been invited, and all the farm animals, and everybody's really excited for the big 2.0 birthday party. So anyways, we're ready to rock and roll here, and we're gonna go mudding and see what we can find. I hope everybody's doing well today. Hello, Orphan Annie and Kathy Broughton and Hip Shake. How you doing? How you doing, Frankie? And I can't see anymore right now, but I thank you for all and hanging out with us. And we're going to be having a good time here tonight. Going to do some mudding and see what we get into. Let me see. Let me get rid of him. And let me go ahead and see if we can share the screen. And there we go. And we'll give it a second to righty-die-die on over there, get old screen going there. Yeah, okay. Now let me get my let me see. Hold on. Well, there, I don't know what that's doing. Let me see. Get myself there. Okay. And we got the screen ready. Okay, I think we're good to go. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Hello, welcome, Canna Bear. That's interesting. That's hard having trouble seeing that. Canna Bear. Is it got little doodads above your letters? That's hard to tell. Okay, here we go. All right, we're gonna start off at Old Ford's Theater, where Lincoln was assassinated. And this is an interesting little deal here. I got two pictures in this I'm going to show you. One is the Ford's Theater, and then the next picture is going to be across the street. So you can get an idea of how the street was mud flooded here. If we start out here, you can see we got Mudflood drop-in door down here below ground level. And got some wrought iron steering right there. Some wrought iron railings. And looks like they did a little work here. Might be some windows under there. They probably added these little steps here and changed this door. This is probably a window at one time. And down under here, you see a big mud flood window down here, big arch window. And, it's possible that there's a window under each one of these. So that's interesting. And then we got another mud flood drop in right here. So there'll be stairs going down right here, and there'll be a door down here. And I got a barber pole. Got Fred being the horse that built America.
Hey, birthday boy, what you doing? Where's your bone at? You get a bone? Yeah, you got a big bone.
Yeah, he's excited to be Big 2.0. Yeah, we got another Fred back here hiding behind.
You want to come up here?
No, you were just harassing me. Okay, he's riled up now. He is riled up now. He is ready to party. Got some interesting lightage back there.
What you doing, baby?
Yeah.
What you want? One of your biscuits? Oh, hold on. We got to get a biscuit. You have a biscuit now. Okay. Big birthday boy wants a biscuit. Well, I want a biscuit. We got to come and get the biscuit. Yeah, you got to come and get the biscuit. There you go. Where's the biscuit? There's the biscuit. Okay. Well, all right, let's hide them back in our little Lowe's bucket. Okay, we're good to go.
Sorry, folks. Birthday boy needs attention. Birthday boy gets attention. Okay. Got us an arc light right here. Arch windows. Got a big old G there. Got some ether fencing, ether fennials. Got an ether antenna. Some arch windows up here. Diamond symbology right there.
Got a good biscuit? Yeah, good old biscuit. Yeah.
Those are pretty. I like those.
Yeah, how's that biscuit? That's a good biscuit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's ready to get him some cake. We got big old carrot cake. He loves carrots, y'all. He's a big carrot fan. Anytime I break out a carrot, every time I go to the grocery store, I get carrots for him because he likes carrots. He's always liked carrots. I wonder if that's a little Phoenician boat sticking out of there. Established 1864. But he likes carrots, so that's why I gave him a carrot cake. Of course, and also, when you go our local grocery store, we live in a small town, so our local grocery store, they make some really good stuff, but it's like we're like at a kind of I would say a satellite grocery store of the main grocery store of this little grocery store, so it's hard to explain. But they only have they usually keep in stock 3 cakes: chocolate, a 7-layer chocolate cake, a velvet red velvet cake, which is chocolate, and he can't have either of those, and they also have carrot cake. So he loves carrot cake. He loves carrots, so I figure carrot cake. Anyways, he got carrot cake. And he's got little birthday letters to say happy birthday. And we got a porthole there. Got another Esser antenna going up in the air there. Got some horse shit we added here. Ventilation. Look at these little decors with the fleur-de-lis up there. Oh, those are pretty. Remember, this is Ford's Theater. This is where Lincoln was shot. Got some pretty awnings. I forgot to check those out. Those really set the mood. That's a hitching post, if you're wondering what that is. In case anybody was interested. What else? Oh, I just noticed I got some cobblestone brick road here. Oh, and news update. The meltologists are now saying that asphalt is melted brick buildings. Yes, write that down. Yes, you heard me correctly. Asphalt. Like tar asphalt. Asphalt. Yes, you heard me correctly. Let me repeat that. The meltologists now think that asphalt is old world asphalt. Yeah, I know you're like, is that idiot saying asphalt? Yes, I'm saying asphalt. Yes, you heard it here first. Because Lord knows I know most of you don't watch that. Anyways, so this is across the street, and when the story goes, Lincoln was shot, they walked him across the street, and he died in this house. And if you look across the street, it's also mud flooded as well. Look at these stairs. Those are cool. And this is a little mud flood drop-in door. Got a little feller here guarding the door. Got a flat earth asterisk. So there's a flat earth asterisk on the building that Lincoln died in. Just saying. Just putting it out there. Yale Steam Laundry. See, this is house in which Abraham Lincoln died. Contains the Royal Lincoln Memorial Collection of over 3,000 artifacts, open to all hours. Admission 25 cents. Got a creepy person here. I like these stairs. Those are really cool. I think that's I want to say that's a Mudflood drop-in right there, and they put this cabinet in front of it. Maybe they're trying to sell it or trying to move it. Try us once, and you will call again. Well, how do you know that? I might not. You don't know. You don't know what I'm going to do. I might flip around on you, and you don't know which way I'm coming from. You got no idea. We got arch windows. See how they're squared off at the top? So from a distance, it looks arched. You know, it looks like, rounded glass, but it's not. It's actually square glass, which is a very clever design. It looks better, it gives it a lot more character. I like this roof, that tile. That's really nice. So anyways, that's where Lincoln killed over. We got Casino Palmer Park, Detroit. Detroit Rock City. And let's see. It's funny. Ace Frehley dying this week. It made me remember. When I was a little boy, I saw Kiss for the first time on TV, and I didn't think much about it, like the logistics of that. But I remember a babysitter. I was young. I was like 2 or 3 years old. I'm not exactly sure. I was really young, and the babysitter let me watch Kiss on TV, and I remember Gene Simmons doing the blood, his blood spitting act, and it scared me to death. And that was awful. And so I never got into Kiss because I growing up, I was just like, X-nay on the Kiss A, you know, because of that experience. And it wasn't until I was in my I don't know, mid-20s, late 20s or something until I listened to Kiss again. And that was because a friend of mine was in the Kiss. He was really big in the Kiss. And anyways, that's when I listened to Kiss again. But you know, when Ace Frehley died, it reminded me of that time. And I thought, well, I wonder if I could find that video or a film of that I saw on TV. And then I started thinking, I'm like, that would have been around 1973 or 4 or 5. Okay. I was thinking 74. And so I started looking into it. I'm like, well, when the hell when was Kiss's first TV appearance? And then I thought, well, what the hell? Why were they letting Kiss on TV back then? Because you know, people were so, you know, conservative back then. But then I started thinking, well, I know I saw him, but what's really weird is that, like, he did the blood act. I can't believe they let him do that. Anyways, I started looking into it, and come to find out, their first TV appearances were in that exact time period. Now, I tried to find it, and I cannot find the exact show that I saw, and it seems like they didn't do the blood spitting during their first TV appearances. That happened a little bit later, I think in the same year maybe, but so I don't know when. And it's almost like they didn't. There's not very good recordings of it or something, but I think I might have seen one of the very first Kiss appearances on TV or something. It was very, very early, but I always thought they were like an old band. Like I never realized how young they were at that time. That was when they were, you know, just breaking out into the, you know, the mainstream. So that was weird. Got a porthole here. I'm just rambling, y'all. Yeah, old Beagle, he's all excited for his birthday. We got a wind catcher up here. Little baby architectural urns. Got a Mercury Etherin tin up there. Another porthole for the wind catcher. Yeah, big old hound. Yeah. And we got, here you go, Frankie, a train. Chinago Valley near Greene, New York. And this is possibly the Detroit Photographic Company train. I'm not sure. What's throwing me off is this middle piece, but I imagine that is it, because they took a lot of pictures of their train. It was kind of a thing. They would stop the train, get out, and take a picture. And they were trying to take a picture of the area, of the landscape, but the train would be in the picture a lot. That was just a thing. Got some glass insulators there. Used to be able to find those all over the place when I was little. Got some you know, problems with our climate here. Ridiculous. Anyways, that's a kind of a small train. Of course, he is pull a little bit. It's almost weird. It's almost like the caboose is before it's like it's in the wrong spot. But then again, maybe this isn't a caboose. They that might be the developing lab. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, boo-boo. And we got Cliveden Chew Mansion, Germantown, PA. Whew. Hope I didn't butcher that. Probably did. That's all right. And we got a little cellar door here, which, you know, basically it's a mudflood window. I mean, you can see a mudflood window over here on the side. They take a mudflood window, they put a cellar door on it, put some stairs on it, and there you got a, you know, entrance to mudflood window. We got a little mudflood window sticking down here. I mean, what is the purpose of that? Seriously, like, why? It just don't even make sense. We're going to put Mudflood winters, then we're going to let the ivy grow all over them. We're going to let crap get all in front of them. Like, what's the point? Oh, it's to let light in. Is it? Is it really? Is it really? Is it really letting light in? That one's even looks like it's blocked over. Is it really letting light in, or is it a bullshit narrative? Then we got to put bars on the windows because we're, afraid somebody's going to break in our windows because they're at ground level. I don't know. It's just kind of stupid. Just saying. Just a little bit dumb. Got a little statue there, a little statue action. And these are weird little statues. It's like a lion with a head that's backwards. That's just weird. I don't know. Another statue over here. Some kind of statue up here. Not sure what's going on with these statues. We got a coin with a Q. Keystones, architectural urns. I don't have a theory on these urns. They are kind of weird. I mean, like, there's another one up there. Like, what is the point of that? At 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side of the house. And I bet you a nickel there's maybe 2 more, 3 more on the other side of the house. But what's the point? What is the point of that? And I love how we didn't plan for plumbing. So here we go. We got the plumbing going outside the house because we had to add it. Because we built a house, but, we can't imagine that we'd ever take a shit. No, that would be above and beyond. No. We'd rather go out, to the outhouse. We're going to build a big, beautiful building, but we're going to build an outhouse with a little moon shape on it. Because that makes sense. I don't know. Welcome, Pacific Northwest 360. What's going on? We got Copley Square in Boston, Massachusetts. And we're going to go on and get in there. We got some trolley action, overhead electric. Got Fred and Fred Jr. and Federina. Little Top Hat Man, more Freds. Oh, and everybody's on donkey watch now. Looking for a donkey. Looking for a donkey. Anybody seen spots of donkey? Let me know. It's important. If we ever find a donkey, I don't know. I don't even know what we're going to do. Probably be a big prize. What's the prize going to be, Beagle? What are we going to get a prize? These trolleys were just strange to me. They seemed kind of sketchy to me. All these people just decked to the nines. Everybody's just top notch. Who's doing all this laundry? Who's feeding all these people? Little Mudflood winters down there. Got ivy all over the building. Over this big church here. Got more Mudflood winters down there. This church is still there. More Mudflood winters all the way around. Got big fanciness. Very nice. Check this building out over here. I got some decorations over there. Got Fred's over here. Mudflood winters on the bottom, all the way across the bottom there. Looks like a Mudflood drop in there. You see a handrail going down. Got portholes here. Awnings. That's some good looking awning work right there. Look at that. Up, down, left, right. It's like Popeye headlights is what that is. Bum, 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 bum. Why did old world buildings not have bathrooms? Well, I don't know. There's a guy up on the roofs. Well, there's a couple guys up on the roof. There's a whole pile of people up on the roof, just hanging out, just chilling on the roof. I think if I was like cornered and had to give what do I really think? Like, get down to it, get down to nitty gritty. I don't think we ate like we do. I think we have created the need to eat. That we have a digestive system that is designed to handle digestion, but we were never designed to eat like we eat. I don't think we ate like we eat. I don't think we had to go like we went back like the I don't think we went the way we go today. That's my thinking. I'm not saying that we were breatharians. I think that's possible. I think breatharians are, you know, I believe that like if you're spiritually advanced enough, can you be a breatharian? I think the answer is yes. There's an ether finial back there, an ether antenna. I think yes. You know, you can be a breatharian. You can just live off the ether, but I think that's for highly advanced individuals. I think that's like next level. Look at these statues all over the place. Next level consciousness. I don't think most people were breatharians. I don't think they call them breatharians. You know, I think that's something we've come up with. Hello, haha. Haha keeps sending these funny donkey videos. They're fun, they're hilarious. Got pore holes up here. I just think that I think we knew what foods to eat, when to eat them, how much to eat, and we didn't overeat. And I think that we ate what our body needed, and then we digested, and every now and then we took care of business. And it, you know, wasn't that big a deal. That's where my thinking is. I don't know if that helps or makes sense or what. That's just my thinking. That's where I'm at with it. Am I correct about that? You know, that's debatable. You know, I'm sure many of you would debate that. You know. And then the question is, are we supposed to live off vegetables? Or are we supposed to live off meat? Or are we supposed to live off what? Are we supposed to live off a combination? Or what are we supposed to live off? And, you know, I think that debate is still ongoing. I don't think anybody has the 100% answer on that one. Got ether antenna there. That's a hard question. I am, you know, in my personal life, I'm, you know, going more towards, I'm cut, you know, I cut out pork completely. Matter of fact, this was interesting. We went out to my boss wanted to go out to breakfast the other morning, and we went to Waffle House, which is a little dive breakfast place in America. If you don't know, the food is like greasy spoon. It's like, you know, whatever. But so I went in there and I popped off with you know, what, you know, do you have any kind of vegetable omelet? That's what I wanted. And the girl kind of looked at me weird, and I said, okay, do you have this is Interest to Pavilion, Library of Congress, Washington D.C. I said, do you have an omelet with no pork in it? Because I'm not eating pork. And this girl looked at me, and she looked at me real weird, and she says, I'm not really up on my meats and the differences between them. And I was like, okay, I tell you what, put some onions, some green peppers, and some tomatoes and some cheese on an omelet. That's what I want. She says, okay. And my boss says, how old are you? And she says 16. So the 16-year-old girl that worked at a restaurant had no idea what pork was. Now, if I had said bacon or ham or pork chops or sausage, she would have known what I'm talking about. I'm sure of it. But this girl had no idea what I said. When I say I'm not eating pork, she had no idea what I meant. 16 years old. This generation is doomed. They are doomed. They just you might as well just flush them because they're fucked. How can you not know? How can you not know? That's like pull your head out of your ass 101, I guess. I don't know. And why is Washington over here all nudie and doing the, apotheosis of, my goodness, what in the world? Why is that? I don't ever remember that being there. Has that always been there? Okay, I don't know. And look at this light right here. I mean, I need one of those. I need that. And I don't even know where I'd put that. I'd put that somewhere. That's a nice light. But am I wrong here? Is that and what the hell is this thing? I'm lost here. I got a lady in uniform. I mean, how can you not know you don't know, like, you know what chicken is? Do you know what steak is? Do you know what hamburger is? I mean, if I feed you Soylent Green, are you going to complain? I mean, what is going on here? This Gen Zs are like one step away from dumbass. I mean, this is incredible. What this light is tripping me out. I don't understand what in the world. That is the wildest looking light. My goodness, got Fred back here delivering the bricks. That might be a donkey. I don't know. We need a donkey check. Is that a donkey or Fred? I don't know. That could be a donkey. Yeah, it might be a donkey. I don't know. What do you think, Haha? You're into looking for donkeys. Haha's a donkey lover. He says, I like donkeys. That's why he keeps sending me funny donkey videos. I like donkeys. We got donkeys on the farm. They're funny. We got guys sitting on the roof. They do that. Scrub cartouche. Tourist fields. That's a big old building. Right there's many a brick right there. Let me tell you. My beagle is snoring in my lap. If y'all can hear him. Donkeys do have a lot of personality. I've been trying to get balls for the donkey. They make these special, like, donkey balls. They're like a throw-in ball. They can grab it and throw it and bounce, and they think it's the funniest thing. Got portholes with statues in front of them. Lots of detail. Eagle representing the phoenix. Etheric antenna. Venetian shells. Dripping fruit. I guess an everlasting flame. Eternal flame, whatever you want to call it. Check out this fountain down here. I think fountains for technology. It does look like a beautiful palace, Miss Hippie. That is a really cool building. I mean, it really is. I wonder if that building looks the same today. I doubt it. They probably butchered it. Check out these lights here. Look at, was it a patch of grass in the middle? That's kind of odd. Like, look at this thing. Okay, just the juxtaposition between this big ass building and no people. Where's all the people? Like, you got, like, a horse here and a dude here and a trolley here and a horse down here and a few people here and maybe a few carts there, and you got a lady here with a baby, a dude here, maybe that's another Fred, and then two ladies right here. For that, like, where is the why in 1900? What am I missing there? This is the Fairmount Waterworks Tower in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia, and we got a stone brick wall over here.
Well, them is there is balloon rocks. They have popcorn into balloon rocks. It's bricks. Got to put on a Meltology cap because we're going to be Meltologists here. Hey, you're going to say that's a brick and it's turned into a brick. Yeah, that's old brick that's turned into stone right there and blew up 10 times its normal size and stayed level and true. Yes, sir, Bob. So their new thing is that, oh, that's really pretty. Look at that wrought iron work. Their new thing now is that, this right here, this is brick, but no, this is also brick. This is just more melted brick than this brick. I'm not joking, dude. This is what they say. They will say this exact stuff. I'm telling you, I've studied these people. I know a little bit. They think now everything has been simulated into existence, that nobody built any of this, that it was all a simulation of construction. And okay, fine, it's a simulation. Well, prove that. Like prove that these things were like, where are, like, they're stating as fact. It's okay to speculate. I believe that everything was, built through a simulation. Speculatively, yeah, okay, fine, okay, I got no problem with that. But when you like put your stamp of approval that you have discovered America, right? You need to prove that. And they can't do that. They can't do that because it's just some made up shit. Basically, what happened is they got on hard drugs like opium and heroin and crack and meth, and I don't even know. They were shooting cocaine. I don't know what they were doing, but they got on hard drugs, and then they started making shit up, and then they started one-upping each other. Annie knows I'm telling the truth, don't you? She knows it's true. I don't know what their damn problem is. They literally think asphalt is old world asphalt. Like, you drive on the road and it's black and it's made of tar, and gravel, and like, it's today we use it as like a normal, as you pave your streets with. They say that's old world, and it's melted brick. So there's that. Yeah, this is a wind catcher, by the way, in case you've never seen one of them. Check out that little, I wonder if that's a horse or a dragon. Hard to tell. Anyways, this is a wind catcher, in case you ever seen a wind catcher. Want to see a wind catcher? There's a wind catcher. Now you have seen a wind catcher. Why do we have a sphinx just randomly in the middle of that all this? There's just a sphinx just sitting there. I mean, just randomly for no apparent reason next to a gazebo, which are already weird. There's something weird about gazebos. Don't know what the deal is, but there's something weird about them. Oh, there's a dude standing here. Ghost dude. All right. And then we got the Horticulture Hall, Fairmont Park, Philadelphia. And this one's pretty. My goodness. Not even sure what those things are. Some kind of, maybe they're light poles. I don't know. Check that out. That's cool. That looks ticky. Half a flat earth asterisk. Just mirror that on the bottom and you have a flat earth asterisk. As an old friend once said, we were looking at these and I said, that looks like a flat earth asterisk. And they said that it counts. I said, what do you mean? They said that counts as a flat earth asterisk. I'm like, how do you figure? He says it's a half a flat earth asterisk. It's just they're hiding it halfway. It's there. It's just you have to, have the imagination to see it. And this is weird. Look at this thing. Got this building like buried like in the ground for some odd, strange reason. Oh, there's two of those things. It's like ether antennas sticking up or something. I don't know what the hell's going on. Look at this. Got little doors going in. That's just weird. I don't know. You tell me what that is. Look at all that glass. Do you have any idea how hard it was to make glass back then? Glass was considered a secret art. Like, you had to be you had to be in the club to know how to make glass. And look at this. Look what we got going on here. Oh, that is fancy. Look at that. Got at their fencing up here. At their fencing there. At their finials. Look at that. Ooh-wee. Purdy. I just don't understand what is going on here. Does that even make any sense? Why you would build it like that? Like you got the windows going in, like that would be. If you know anything about, if anybody is in here that knows anything about glazing windows, okay, just imagine how hard it would be to glaze these windows because you glaze them from the outside. You put your glazing, like you'd have to go, like, which I don't know, which like, how do you glaze your window? I don't know. That right there just doesn't make any sense to me. From a construction standpoint, that just makes. Why would you not build it? Like, if you were going to build this ridiculous contraption, why not build it higher so you could glaze your damn windows? Like, what it is. That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, it doesn't. It just doesn't. It maybe to somebody it does. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I have questions. That's all I'm saying. I have questions. That's a flat earth asterisk too. You got your vertical, your horizontal, and your X. See your X right there? You got your vertical, your horizontal, and your X. So that counts as a flat earth asterisk too. I'm going to take it. And got lily ponds and flower beds, Fairmont Park, Philadelphia. So this is the same place, a different angle. Got the pretty flowers. Lily's pads. I like this picture, old pictures of the old big lily pads. Those are really cool. That's a weird little feature right there. It's really kind of cool this way, but then you look this way, it looks kind of not cool. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Got more right there. Got a fountain. Boy, that's a heck of a building right there. At their fennial up there, at their fencing, fennial. I mean, that's some sacred geometric stuff right there, I'm sure. A little fella sitting over here in his bowler hat. What else we got? I think these style benches are old world too. The wrought iron benches. Just a thought. We got Redpath Library and Museum, McGill University, Montreal. Again, all these pictures are between 1890 and 1910. They'll say 1901, but a lot of times you'll see 1910 written on the glass plate, which, I think that's very possible. Yes. Yeah, it would be a ton of shoveling. Yes, it would. And at their fennial up there, kind of odd looking stuff there. Pyramid symbology. Another pyramid. Ether fennial. No there. Mudflood winters down here. Look how the awning's covering that door. It's kind of weird. It's almost like it's half covering the large, what, a 12-foot door, something like that. 10-foot door maybe. Little Mudflood Winters down there. Got a ladder lean for Douglas. Shout out UAP. Got a little fella doing a little cover up here. Got to make sure we get all this covered up. Got a flat earth asterisk right there in case you need that. Need to know what kind of realm you're in. That's a weird symbol. I don't know. Kind of funky looking. Got a big chimney, probably going to a steam plant. Taurus fields. That's a neat little building right there. That's a fencing. Very cool. Got a residence of Samuel Andrews on Elucid Avenue in Cleveland. Elucid Avenue is the big fancy avenue where all the Richie folk go. That's where Rockefeller had his house. It's made, most of it's gone now. If we only had any idea what was gone, y'all, I don't think we really know. I don't think we have a clue. And look how much ivy's on this thing. That thing is so crazy looking. That is like a full on, like, let's film a horror movie there. It's like a Templar cross. That's interesting. Gosh, that reminds me of Mayans. A lot of symbology going on there. Vesica Pisces. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Hey, Joe, how's it going? There's Billy Philly. Shout out Billy Philly. Go give him a like and watch a video for him. Give him a hint to go make some more videos for us. We got Florida Lee. That's weird. It's like a kind of a Florida Lee here with a Florida Lee there. Little pyramid symbology. That is a weird looking symbol there. The way that's done, that's very odd. I don't know. That's a strange window. That's weird. What's that piece right there? That's so strange. I've never seen that before. I don't know. Finials up here. There's an ether finial. That's a wild looking thing right there. I have no idea what that means. Whew. A long day. Been doing hardy plank siding again today. Look at that. I mean, come on. That is so cool. There's so much underneath the ivy. It's like really hard to see. But it's like the longer you stare at it, the more stuff jumps out at you. This beagle is really cutting logs over here. No airships. Not in this one. Yeah, I think they were definitely using airships. I do. It's like a Mudflood winter right there. All right. And we got residents of Newberry Boulevard in Milwaukee. Very new trees, gas lamp. No teaming allowed. No teaming allowed. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I don't even make sense. Like, I don't know. Mudflood winters down the bottom here. Gas lamp. That's a weird way to do a porch. I mean, you know what that looks like to me? It looks like okay, imagine that this house was, it had a story below here, which, you see the mud flood right here. Anytime you see this kind of yard right here, I'm pretty sure that's just mud they've not undug. But this reminds me of one of those carriage things where they bring the carriage into the carport to let the people out of the carriage. I don't see another one, but that's what that reminds me of. Got their fennials. Got their fennial up there. I don't know. You see how the dirt is raised up? That's a good, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 feet from the see, this is the top of the dirt here, and you can see the slope here. And then, that's a good, it's hard to tell, but I mean, I'm guessing 3 to 4 feet of dirt right there. And it's all the way around. I mean, to me, it says it's covering, But yeah, Muddin sitting in my lap. He's right here. He's in my lap snoring. He loves sitting in my lap. He thinks he's a lap dog. He's not. Don't tell him though, because he don't believe it. This is Richmond, Virginia. Yeah, he's over here cutting Z's. He's getting ready for his big birthday party. He's so excited. Yeah, he's very excited to get him some cake and birthday and presents. He was so mad when I came in with presents the other day, and he knew they were in that bag. I don't know how he knew. He didn't see them, but he knew, and he threw a fit trying to get them presents. But no, you ain't getting them presents. I went to Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's like a big sport, outdoor sports store, big store. Anyways, went there to see what kind of presents they had and got a few things. So he should be pretty happy. I'm yawning myself. Long day. Big arch windows. Iron and nail works. Big chimney at their antenna right there. At their antenna. Window plate glass. Factory. Smokestack. So we got a castle back here in case you need a castle in Richmond, Virginia. Okay. Wow. Okay. Spire goes right on into tomorrow. Windcatcher with Taurus Fields. Looks like something's missing there. There's that star 40 looking symbol. Again. And it looks like this base is kind of like almost like a star fort shape. If you were to look down on it, there's that symbol again. Taurus Fields right there and there. That's weird right there. There's a, it looks like a person that's been scratched out. So that's some sort of photo manipulation, I imagine. That's what it looks like at their fencing right there. That's really kind of weird. It does look like a person standing there, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's just a scratch. I don't know. It looks like somebody's done something there, but I really can't tell for sure. So I'm going to go with I'm not sure. You got Fred back here. Got another Fred. I ain't seen a donkey yet. Looking for a donkey. I've been told that donkeys have done this, and I don't believe it. I believe it was Fred. Fred is the OG. That's all right. Imitation is best form of flattery, as they say. Dun, 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 dun. All right, we got River and Elevator in Buffalo. Got Sea Captain there. Interesting, they've got the ball on top of the mast there. I wonder what the ball, like, what is the purpose of the ball? You know, it makes me wonder if they're using those as ether, you know, collection. Like, because what's the ball for? You know, we know they're bringing in ether with the flagpoles, and what's the difference between a flagpole and a mast? I mean, what if they're bringing in the etheric electricity and just bringing in it? You know, I mean, what, you know, what's the deal there? And then maybe the steam is like a backup, or like maybe they needed more energy, so they added the steam, or something. I don't know. Maybe they forgot that. Maybe they stole the boats, you know, the ships, and they forgot how to use these antennas, so they put on the steam. You know, I don't know. It's kind of weird. You know, I don't have all the answers. One thing I know for sure, I don't have. Okay, I have all the answers. If you go 0 to 100%, right, of all the answers, I've got like 0.0000000.000 whatever percent of nothing. I don't know shit, y'all. Truthfully, when it comes down to knowing everything, I don't know shit. But at least I have questions. And, you know, if you don't have questions, then what are you doing? If you're just accepting what, you know, the school books taught you, what are you doing? Do you really believe that school is good for you? I mean, I'm sorry, but school is about the worst thing you can go to. It is literally to teach you not how to think, but what to think. And like what they want you to think is what they want you to know, and what they want you to the guidelines of life they want you to abide by. They want you to, memorize facts and, dates and stuff that they tell you that's important. This is Rochester, New York, in case you care. Welcome back, GT 1982 Mustang. What's going on? So, school is a joke. I really never learned anything in school that was worth a shit. I mean, yeah, I learned the basic stuff that they teach you, but I've learned that so much of that is just absolute horseshit that, I mean, what did I really learn? I mean, anything I've really learned, like really, really learned, I've learned on my own, wanting to learn. And I've gone and looked it up and read about it and watched videos and learned on my own. I haven't, this whole school thing is just a load of crap. Look at that load of hay right there. Damn. Look how they built these buildings right here. Big old chimney there. At their finial. Look at these onion domes. Just phenomenal. That's pulling in juice. Look at that antenna on that one. Big towers. Arched windows. Eureka. 1883. Architectural urns. Got a Russian warship, Retzinovan. Zan, I'm going to pronounce it. Retvizan. I have no idea if I'm saying that right, or if I'm not saying it right, or if it's sounding right or not. I am not Russian. I am sorry. Day before launching, Cramps Shipyard, Philadelphia. Anyways, check out these fellas hanging out here, doing what they do. That looks like hard work there. That's hard work, I'm sure. Got some Roman numerals on the back for some strange reason. Huh. I wonder what the purpose of that is. Got a hole of a ship over here. I know, Beagle. I know. Daddy's moving. You don't like it, do you? Not bothering your sleep, your nap. What, did you get worn out from the party? Yeah. You gotta get some rest, have some more party tomorrow. Go have a big party. Yeah, all the farm animals is coming. Joe the camel's coming, and Mickey and Minnie Z are coming, the zebras, yeah, and the Waters buffaloes, and the mini Scottish Highland cows is coming, and the alpacas, and the emus, and who else is coming? Oh, the piggies, and the goats, and the duckies, and the chickens, and the peacocks. Oh, yeah, there's just all kinds of animals is coming. You're going to have a big old party. It's going to be awesome. And Duke the guard dog, yeah, and your next door neighbor buddy dog. He's coming. Might even invite that little girl from next door, that little girl dog you like so much. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's a cute one. All right, let's see. Never know. Never know. We're going to party. We're going to party like it's 2.0. All righty. Got some kind of weird mast there. I don't know. That's kind of strange looking. Got Sage Chapel, Cornell University. I like it when they alternate the white or the white or yellow. I don't know, probably white. The red and the white. I just like that motif. That thing. It's just I like that. Really makes it stand out. Got a Templar cross, it looks like. Not exactly a Templar cross, but kind of a Templar cross. Got a flat earth asterisk right there in case you need that. Fleur de lis. Cymatic windows. Got their fencing and finials there. Oh my. Got a little statue up in here. Oh my goodness. I saw this. If y'all have seen the movie, what's the movie? Full Metal Jacket. Hold on a second here. If y'all have seen the movie Full Metal Jacket, you got the sergeant, and you know, then you'll know who I'm talking about. Well, I saw this. Somebody did this AI video that I saw yesterday. It had me rolling, and it was a sergeant. The sergeant, they use that character. He goes into a grocery store, and they make him go through self checkout, and so he starts berating the self checkout cashier about, do I work for you? No, I do not. I did not fill out a job application for you. I do not work here. I do not want to bag my own groceries. And he's like going on and on and on. And I was just falling out. If you see that, oh man, that was funny. I don't know who did that, but they deserve a gold star because that was classic. Some of these AIs are getting just hilarious. I don't know. I tell you what, I think we're going to take us a little break here for a second and get me a pick me up. I'm a little bit tired, so we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back very shortly, y'all. All righty, we is back. There may or may not have been some chocolate chip cookies involved. I'll never tell, and neither will Muddin. He didn't have the chocolate chips, he just had the cookie part. What do you think about that? He wanted a biscuit too. Okay, everybody, big 2.0 birthday party tonight. This is the warm-up party. Party's actually tomorrow. We're having a big 2.0 birthday party tomorrow. Hey, Streets, how you doing? How's Mr. Caleb tonight? And just a FYI update. Charlie Kirk UVU EMS EMT medic investigation has now been passed off to a higher up channel, and they are taking the ball forward, and that's all I can tell you right now. So I'm ex-nail that can talk about it AOA. So anyways, I have moved that forward, and hopefully that will that's going to take a little bit of time. They're going in pretty deep, so we will see, as the Zen Master would say. So anyways, let's no links right now. Not I can't even give out any information. So don't ask, don't tell. They're keeping it real hush hush so that they can get in there, and they don't want to they want to go in there and get the story. So we will see. We're going to see what happens. This could go as high as I'm hearing it could go to some higher, even higher people. Candace's name has been thrown around. So, but we will see. But that's a little bit later. Candace is on vacation right now, so that's nothing's going to happen there anyways. But her name has been tossed into the conversation, so we will see. Just hoping to try to get the information out there. So I hope that goes, and I will let you know what I can when I can. Alrighty, so let's see. Let me make sure we got the thing going here. Give it a minute or two or three or whatever to go here. Oh, talking about They Live, the movie. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Let me make sure I change this over, because for some reason StreamYard does not hold that position, which is weird. I don't understand it. Okay, we got San Juan, Puerto Rico. And they got, I could have not said anything. I could say, where is this? And you'd say, oh, Texas, or, wherever. You could say anywhere. Like, what does it matter? Why are you licking me? I'm not edible. I'm just telling you right now, not edible. Got arch windows here. Gas lamps everywhere. I mean, this just doesn't, this could be anywhere. And this place looks haggard. Looks like it's just beat hell. I mean, this stuff should be new, right? I mean, relatively. But it just looks like it's been beat to death. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they get hurricanes and maybe that's it. But look, why do they need 12-foot doors? What's the point of that? Why does this community, I mean, just kind of look at it. Why do they need this big, huge thing with, the Phoenician boats and the Phoenician fish coming out? This it was probably an obelisk, and they probably added this stupid little statue up here, which probably is what happened. There's because it was like a gazebo that they've almost like a gazebo they've changed. That's kind of weird. I'd like to give me a shovel. Let's dig right there. See what happens. Might find something. This is the buried treasure, y'all. It's good buried treasure. Of course, it ain't so buried. It's just a matter of looking. That kind of reminds me of the winged disc in a way. It's not, but it reminds me of that. I thought I could read that sign, but I can't. Nope, nope, nope. Bum, 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 bum. That's a weird looking place. Santa Barbara, California. Growing some kind of trees here. It's hard to believe that this stuff was, all built up this big, even in this time period on the West Coast. Check out that tower. You got some pretty decent sized buildings there. Churches. Look how many churches that, how many? There's 1, 2, 3. Like how many churches does this little town need? There's not even that many people. How are you making enough money to build churches of this size? They're not little, they're not small. And this one right here is pretty nice. How are you? Is that the hell is that? I thought it was a damn satellite dish there for a second, but the hell is that? That's odd looking. I don't know what that is. I mean, I don't know if there's any other churches, but I mean, I don't see any more. But why? Look how many. This is like a very wide shot. How many people does it, if you took, 4 people from every one of these homes and put them in church, it'd fill one church. How are you gonna have 3 churches? And that's just in this picture. I mean, that doesn't mean that's all the churches. There might be more churches. Why don't y'all just settle on one freaking religion, y'all? One. You only need one. It's one God. Why do you need 50,000 religions? Why do you need 26,000 different versions of Christianity, y'all? Why? You want to talk to God? Just pick up the phone and say, "Yo, Bob, what's up?" And God will talk to you. You don't need to go to this big fancy building and give them money for what? So they can build a bigger steeple and for what? So the preacher can have a bigger house? So he can have a fancy car or a jet plane? What? Why? Just talk to God, y'all. God's listening to you. Just why? I don't understand. I mean, I understand the concept. I understand why people are so locked into that. I get it because I was there, but now I'm not there. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, people, wake up. Just talk to God. You don't need an intermediary. You need somebody to talk between you and God. You don't need somebody to tell you how to talk to God. Just talk to God. Just go read Neil Donald Walsh's book, Conversations with God. Okay, that's a great place to start. Or we could start in Savannah, Georgia. Either one. But no, the premise of Neil Donald Walsh's book is that he's losing everything in his life. His life is all in shambles, and finally one day he's like, God, what the fuck's your problem, man? Help me, talk to me. Like, what do I do? And he just started listening. And God started, a communication with him, a conversation with him, and he wrote it down. And it really helped him. I mean, and if you is that 100% truth? No, of course not. No. But there's something there. Take what you need. Like, take what resonates with you. Go there, check it out, see what resonates with you, and then, go on from there. I take a little bit from everybody. Everybody has a little something to offer, and you take, you got a Mudflood winter here, and you got, a conversation with God there. I mean, you take what you need, you take what resonates with you, and you leave the rest. That's all I'm asking here is take what resonates with you and leave the rest. If you don't resonate with something, fine. A lot of people, get pissed off at me when I call John Levy out for being a meltologist and how that's a fraud. People get really pissed about that. I don't give a fuck. Get mad. I'm going to tell you the truth as I see it. If you don't agree with that, that's fine. But I'm still going to, I'm not going to hold my tongue because it offends you. Get offended. I don't care. Get your knickers twisted. Maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need your knickers twisted. Maybe you just need to look into what I'm saying. Maybe just maybe, I'm on to something that is truer than what is being said on that end. Maybe. I mean, just a thought. Maybe not just take everything John Levy says as gold. Maybe just because he's got hundreds of thousands of followers doesn't mean he's the ultimate truth. He's not the truth, the way, and the life. Just an idea. And neither am I. So don't, please don't think that either. That's just as retarded. These tall ships back in the back. Nobody has all the answers. And yes, it's okay. Yeah, old John, he likes to open up his videos with, I'm just asking questions. It should be okay to ask questions. Yes, it should. Absolutely 100% agree. Where I disagree is when you say, and I have the receipts, that a brick can morph into a stone that is 10 times its size. At that point, I'm calling you a fraud. Period. I'm not mixing my words. I'm not, bullshitting. I'm telling you like I hear it. When you tell me a brick can turn into a stone that's 10 times its size and remain square and true, I'm calling you a liar. That's what I'm saying. And I want to be very clear about that. Is it okay to ask questions? Absolutely. I ask questions. I have questions about meltology. But I also don't go around telling people a goddamn brick can turn into a motherfucking stone. There's a big fucking difference. You and I are not the same, my friend. You and I are not the same at all. Silk Mills, Scranton, PA. And let it lock in. Lock in, would you please? And we got A-frames. Look at this big old sucker over here. Big antenna there and there. Got a clock. Clocks are expensive. I posted this video I saw earlier. It cracked me up. A girl from, I can't remember her name, but she played, was it Punky Brewster originally? I think it was Punky Brewster. Anyways, it was the girl that played the Sheldon's girlfriend on Big Bang Theory. And she was talking to Greg Brady. And if you have, just FYI, here's a little BEAGS history. One of the videos that helped wake me up was Greg Bradian's. It's an old film, movie documentary called Awakening to Zero Point. Old Greg Bradian. So anyway, she was talking to Greg Bradian, and he was talking about Mandela effect, and like she had never heard about it before, and like he was blowing her mind with that. It was really fun, quite comical. That was funny. I gotta check that out. It's on my community post. Anyways, got a wind catcher up here, smokestack up here. You know, I saw this meme again today, and it's true to an extent. It's the meme where you have two guys, one looking from different directions at a number on the ground, and one you look from one direction that it's a 6. You look from another direction, it's a 9. And in that situation, both parties can be right from their perspective. It can be a 6 or it can be a 9. That is true. But then there's another kind of situation where one person has a perspective, and then another person has a perspective, but one of those perspectives is true and can be, proven or documented, and the other has just plain speculation. And it's not true. There's a truth and an untruth. It's not always, the perspective is different. My perspective is different from your perspective. We're both seeing the same truth. No, sometimes you're fucking wrong, and sometimes I'm fucking wrong. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes, when it comes to Meltology, though, I know I'm right. I do. You know how I know? Because I know that there is not a Chinaman's chance in hell that nobody on this face of this earth can prove that all mountains are melted brick buildings. I know that for a fact. I know it for an absolute 100% fact. Prove me wrong. As Charlie Kirk would say, prove me wrong. Show me the money. Show me the proof. I've offered $20,000 reward, and I haven't seen anybody show a damn bit of dribble of a proof. They won't debate me. This is skyscrapers overshadowing Trinity Church in New York, by the way. They won't debate me. Nope, they can't debate me. How are you going to debate somebody that, over here, I will say, yes, I believe bricks can melt, and that yes, we can have melted buildings if bricks can melt. But no, over here I'm saying that a brick cannot balloon rock, and they know they can't prove that. They know they're full of shit. They know that they're selling lies, and they won't debate me because they know that. Again, let me reiterate: for Jerry DeCamp, Spartan Red, Jen Truth Seeker 69, or Jacobin, the Tartarian Meltdown, I welcome you to an open debate live stream challenge on my channel. Let's do it. Let's get it on. Let's rumble. Let's debate. Let's debate Meltology. But you know what? You can leave your fucking pictures at home, because we don't need those damn pictures. Because a picture, I could show you a picture of a 18-inch wiener and say that's my wiener, and there's no proof that that's true. None. That's speculation. That could mean anything. I could show you a picture of anything I want to. I could show you a picture of a room full of gold and say, look at my room full of gold. Does that mean that it's proof that it's my gold? Does that mean it's even gold? That's not proof. I want to see somebody put a brick in my hand and then turn it into a stone. And it better be a good one. It better be one of them balloon rocks. I want a balloon rock that goes from this big to this big. I want to see a balloon, an actual balloon rock. That's what I want to see. And I'll take that $20,000 and I will lick your boot and give you $20,000 if you do that. And you can videotape it. You can put it on video. You can live stream it. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking shit. You know why? Because yes, you're right. These people's is on drugs. It's the only explanation that I've come up with, because you can't be that stupid. There's that weird shield symbol. A human being cannot be that stupid. Okay, you know, look, a retard can go to McDonald's, get a job, and flip a hamburger. These people are incapable of doing that. I really don't think that Jim Truth Seeker 69 could go to McDonald's, get a job, and flip hamburgers and get the. I think what would happen is she would have the hamburger, like the actual burger, underneath the bun and the cheese on top of the bread, like all reversed, and then she'd like make little like jackboot, you know, smiley faces with the ketchup. This woman literally thinks that asphalt pavement is old world brick, and that cinder blocks are old world brick that have turned to cinder block. And that's not where it ends. That's all I'm going to tell you for now, because there's more. I don't want to drop too much on you at one time. I don't want y'all to be corrupted by that idiocracy. But Idiocracy is a documentary, and that we're going to have Idiocracy 2, and it's going to star Jerry DeCamp, Truth Seeker 69, Spartan Red, and Jacobin. Yep. Idiocracy 2. Return of the dumb shits. Poor holes. It's incredible. It's just absolutely amazing. Got Eagle representing the Phoenix. And one of these days, I would love to like go into looking at Meltology, because I do believe there is something to this theory, to this hypothesis. I don't like the word hypothesis. That's why I use the word theory, which I know is wrong. I don't care. I like the word theory. But anyways, and look at this Phoenician lady here. Medusa, maybe? Is that Medusa? Yeah, that might be Medusa. Well, it's kind of hard to tell, but that might be Medusa. But I would like to do an in-depth look at Meltology, because I believe there are places in the world, quite a few places, that there is actual, you know, hardcore evidence of that. And I think we need. I would love to see. Here's what I'd love to see. I'd love to see all the frauds that are in control of Meltology right now to go away. Like, just be seen for what they are. They're frauds. They're grifters. Okay, they're just living off y'all. And then I'd like to see a new breed of I don't even want to call them Meltologists anymore. We're going to have to have a whole new name. I don't know, but and have them come up and actually do some real research. That's what I'd really ultimately like to see. I don't know or if Annie would like to see that too. I know she's voiced that to me many times. But that's truly what I want. But the problem is that we have to get rid of, we got Tartarian lines here. We have to get rid of the old, the old guard that are the grifters and the fairy tale makers before we can actually have real discussion about it. Because you can't base it off bullshit and then have people like understand and get it and be interested in something, because people know lies. What happens is you get these people that are possessed by demons, that are on drugs, that are alcoholics, and they go into this Meltology, and they see this community of people that are all lovey-dovey and, you know, patting each other on the ass about, they show a picture and like, oh, Brick love, I love you. Oh, it's such a good picture. Oh, and then they show another picture. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's even better than the last. Oh, Brick love. They pat each other on the ass over and over and over again. When you got a community like that, you know, and you've got people that are lonely and they want community, like a lot of you, okay, you guys are here because you're looking for community, and I get that. Okay, you guys are my community, and I appreciate you all. But I also get that it's easy to fall into the trap of, you know, when you find people that are supportive of you, regardless of what they're saying, and you just want to be a part of that clique. You want to be a part of something, and these people bring you into the fold. They're like, come on in, the water's warm. It's fine. It's wonderful in here. And they really make you feel welcome. I get that. I'm not going to do that to you. You know? I want you to think for yourself. I want to give you some tools I want you to show you what I'm seeing. Y'all can voice your opinions. I'll voice my opinions. You know, maybe we can, you know, talk about it, but I'm not here to tell you how to think. I'm not here to say you have to believe this, you know, mudflood theory. Excuse me. You have to figure it out for yourself. No one can be shown what a mudflood is. You have to see it for yourself. Okay? There's something going on. There's if you think about what you believe 1900 looked like, you know, in your mind, did it look like this? Did it look like, I mean, this is something that you could imagine that they, you know, the quality that they would build today, but they did this in, you know, by 1900, this was there, you know? So, I mean, like, does that make sense to you? Like, really? I mean, I was always told that life was really hard back then. I mean, it was for, you know, my people. I mean, I don't know about y'all's people. Maybe y'all's people were like, yeah, we had it easy. We were easy streets. You know, our people didn't struggle at all. But my people, we struggled. We're from Eastern Tennessee. You know, we're from the hills. We country. And, this is Soldiers Monument, Germantown. I mean, this is a weird picture. This is the coal delivery guy, I think. There's Fred's booty right there. But coal delivery guy would come up and he would wonder if it even says it. Yeah, coal delivery, yeah. He says green too. But anyways, they would pull up and they would dump on the street, and they would take a shovel and then shovel that coal into the coal hole covers, which were in the sidewalks or sometimes the side of the building. A lot of times you see, you know, you've seen those coal chutes, and that's how they would do that. Got 1884 there, Market Square Presbyterian. We got a cannon there for, you know, because that's a very Christian thing, blowing people up. I mean, actually, it kind of is, but it is what it is, I guess. 1861. And just look at that light. I mean, come on, really? Fleur de lis. I mean, man, oh man. Eagle on the ball representing the Phoenix. Laurel leaf of control. Okay, this would be a horseshit narrative statue. They would have added this. So the bronze casting would have this would be the bottom of the bronze casting, this square piece right here. And they would, if you turn this upside down, this sucker would be hollow inside. I've seen these many times upside down, especially during the BLM riots when they were tearing them down. I got a lot of pictures of them when they did that. You got this beautiful cymatic. That is pretty. Is pretty. I'll let y'all enjoy that for a minute. Man, somebody dropped the acid, would you? Good grief. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This looks like it was Vanilla Sky to me. It's got that look to it. Look at this symbology right here. Got the yin yang and a yin yang here. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, look at this little turret piece here. That's cool. Look at this finial right here, man. At the finial. That is beautiful woodwork right there, man. Checkerboard. Think Masonic. Our little buddies, the Freemasons. Yeah, I could make a case that being a flat Earth asterisk right there. So you got a vertical, a horizontal, and an X. If I wanted to, but I won't. I'm just pointing it out, just making sure it's out there. What else we got? Anything? Anyone? Stoneball finials. Eagle representing the phoenix on a ball. There's another one. Man, there's just so much going on here. Another eagle. Fraternity, charity, loyalty. Man, that I just like that. None of that makes sense. Any of that. None of it goes together. None of it. That is just really weird. Laurel leaf up there. I don't know. Does that look like something you would imagine would have been built in 1900s? Like, does that have that, look? Yeah, and it's not. It's okay. And this is really, really important. I try to drive this home all the time. This is just one building. Okay. Yes. And could we build something like this at that time? Yes. That's not the problem. The problem is that there are buildings like this and better and bigger being built all over the world at this time. And it's like, how many people, do you have any idea how many people it would take to build all this construction? Who is quarrying all this stone? Who is making all these bricks? Who is firing all these bricks? Where are the apprentices of these people? Where is the tradition being handed down? The amount of people it would have taken to build this world that we see here, the amount of people, just the remnants of people being apprenticed after the people that built this, we should have masons everywhere. Like, you should have mason lodges everywhere, packed to the brim. There should be legends in every family of my great grandpappy was a mason. They were a bricklayer. They were a this. They were a that. And yes, do we have some of that? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But we don't have nearly enough. That's my opinion. We got south from Bartlett Tower, Dartmouth Park, New Hampshire. Let's see. And we got an observatory here. And it's funny, those things that It's like the planetariums. That's what I was thinking. The planetariums, it's like, it's funny the way they work. It's like, it's basically a flat Earth map, star map in the planetariums. Smokestack, probably for a steam plant. A lot of this was running on steam. And look at how they built this building. Got Mudflood windows here and then doors down here. Why not just, so it just doesn't make sense. Like in construction, okay, in order to build this building, you have to dig this out. Okay, you have to. You can't build this building without digging it out. It's impossible. You can't do that. Okay, you physically can't do that. So that means they dug this out, supposedly. Let's go with the official narrative. They dug this out, and then they built the building, and then they put the dirt back. Why not just logically, do the math and like say, okay, let's just build the building a little bit higher. What is the point of this? You got, the rain comes in and all it's going to do is go right in this window. What is the point? It makes no sense. I mean, why not bring in dirt and fill this area in? Like, what are we like? It's called grading. Grade the fucking job site, people. Like, what are you thinking? Why would you build like that? It makes no sense. The first thing I do when I build a structure is to grade the land. I mean, sometimes you can't grade the land, okay, and you have to build at an angle. But you don't build unless you're specifically trying to build a basement. You don't want to build like this. But even if you did build like this, you have to dig the dirt out. Are you following? It doesn't make any sense. It's that dog don't hunt. It's like a beehive right there. Let's see. Phoenician shells. Yeah. I checking one of these comments here. Eugenie, retrospectory. They had skills. I'm not sure if I'm getting the whole thing, but that made me think. That gave me a thought. Is that, do I believe the people back then had skills? Absolutely. I believe we still have those skills today. And the reason I think we have those skills is I think that the people of that time were either from the old world or were apprentices from the old world. That they were taught the old ways, that they might have worked on some of these buildings. That's what I think. I think that they were, I don't think that they, where did they get the skills from? They had to be taught, it had to be passed down. You don't learn how to build like this from a book. I mean, it's an example. My boss, he's a general contractor. Okay, he's got his general contractor license. Okay, but he couldn't build his way out of a paper bag. Okay, because he's got crews that build. He knows he knows how to build it on paper. Like he knows the technical stuff of the rules and regulations, and this is how you're supposed to do it. That's how you do it. But when it comes to physically getting down and getting your hands dirty, he doesn't know. He doesn't have that skill because that's not what he does. You follow? the hands-on, that's why they apprenticed to people. You didn't just go to school. You apprenticed. You have to be taught the stuff. It has to be passed down. It's very special. Very special, especially masonry. Masonry is I mean, any of it. Carpentry. I mean, that is very esoteric when you get down to it. Glass making, carpentry, masonry. You know, there's all kinds of these trades that are just that you don't just pick up a book and go, oh, I've read a book, so now I know how to build a brick building. No. There is an art form to it. There is a skill. There are tricks of the trade. There are things that they don't put in the books. There are secrets. Let's see. Sugar pie. Okay, I'm gonna call you sugar pie. Okay, sugar pie. How long do I think it happened? Okay. The best thing I can tell you right now is that I don't know the date. All I can tell you is I think from my own research, what I seem to be finding is that we were reset somewhere around the 1776 era in America. That doesn't mean that the Mudflood event would have happened at that point, but just means that that's kind of when I think we started picking up and trying to come back here. I think that's when we started creating the narratives and fixing the buildings, and recreating our world. And then I think they brought in the mass population around 1850. I think everything before that was kind of we need very special people over here to do special things. It's like to undig the buildings and to bring doors up and windows up and fix roofs and things that need to be fixed so that the world look kind of like resetting this world that they found. But then I also think that it's quite possible that in 1943 that they manipulated the simulation. And that's a whole nother level of weirdness. You know, it seems to me that in around, you know, in 1943 that they, you know, that they toyed with the Matrix basically. That they, I don't think they had full control over it, Mudflood Winters down here, but I think that they, I think that they had a way to do some manipulation. And they tried some things, and I think some things worked, some things didn't work. But I think that's where we get some anomalies. I find anomalies a lot. One of the famous anomalies is where you'll have one picture of a what we would call a big old world building, like a stone or a brick building. And then you'll have another picture of an earlier time frame where you'll have like something weird like an A-frame building. So it's like this, but it's like, you know, that building's been there for a lot longer, and it couldn't have been there when that A-frame there. And I think I'm thinking that they somehow went back in and manipulated the simulation, because FYI, y'all, we live in a simulation. Okay, it's not of ones and zeros. Oh man, I need to find that video. I saw a guy breaking down. This was really interesting. I need to find this. I saved it somewhere. This guy was breaking down how God's simulation works in a way that he was converting the idea of computer technology. He was comparing computer technology to God's simulation, and how how it coincides with God's simulation, and it was very interesting because he was really nailing it. But we live in the simulation that is a consciousness thought simulation. But it's very complicated. It's all created by us. I create my reality and you create your reality. Then we have a collective reality. And it all works in unison. It can be changed, it can be manipulated. You can switch timelines if you know how. It's very complicated. It's multidimensional. It's also it's also physical to the point, that I could touch my hands together, okay? And that's physical. But if you were to keep going, see, I'm not touching, my hands aren't touching. I'm not actually touching. It seems like I'm touching, okay? It sounds like I'm touching, but I'm not touching. When you get down to the quantum level, I'm not touching. Nothing ever touches. Nothing ever fucking touches. There's so much space in between the space. There's nothing ever touching. Nothing. Yeah, it's Viking God. It can be very complicated on the mind. And I try to give it in smaller doses because I've learned that when I first woke up, okay, I was like a you ever seen those military helicopters that have the machine guns on them and they can release like 1,000 bullets a minute or something, and like it's like a Gatling gun, kind of thing. Well, that's what I was like when I first woke up. When I would truth bomb people, I would just hit them so hard, so fast, so long, and the next day that they were goners. Like the gears in their mind would just it would mess them up. It would overblow their circuits, and they would literally never want to talk about that stuff again. So I learned not to do that. I learned now I give you guys more because you guys are knowledgeable and you're looking for answers. But when you come at people that don't have any of this information, it's the old don't cast pearls before swine. That's exactly what it is. This is South Street in New York, by the way. Got a cobblestone brick road that's not melted. Got an arc light. But our simulation, it feels real. It's designed to feel real. But when you get down to it, when you go down to the quantum level, it's not real. It's like it. Okay, imagine. Go search zooming in on iPhone microchip. Just go look at that video. That's the kind of same concept. When you go zooming in and zooming in and zooming in, it's like a Mandelbrot consciousness. Our holographic universe, our holographic reality is like a Mandelbrot set. If you know what that is, if you don't know what that is, go look into the Mandelbrot set. That's what it's like. The further you zoom in, okay, the more it's the same, and the more it's connected. Very interesting stuff. That's another thing I learned from Greg Bradian. Awakening to Zero Point. It's an old documentary. Old documentary. I've been doing this, be 18 years in January, y'all. Whew. It's a long time to, look at this stuff. That's, I have been, and that's another thing, when you guys first wake up, and I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but when you first wake up, you're like all lovey and lighty, and everything's like you want to, You know, you want to hug the universe, and you know, you're so happy to be awake, and you're just so you know, you want everything to be positive. And then that dark night of the soul kicks you in the nuts, and it beats you around, and it slaps that ego, and it just absolutely destroys you again. And it's a good thing, because on the other side, you come out with a balance of the yin yang, and you know, the more of a balance of the positive and negative. I mean, it's like, you know, you need to be spiritually conscious, but you also need to be very, you know, have a very strong ability to say fuck you. You know, you need to be, you know, both. You need to be, you know, light and dark, because that's the way the universe works. It works on light and dark. Like this image right here, this is a black and white image. You got light and dark. Okay. You got shades in between, yes, but it ultimately boils down to light and dark. There's Fred. And that's what that is the ultimate, you know, end game, is that everything, it's a difference between love and fear. Okay. Okay. And you can't be all lovey and lighty, and you can't be all hate and fear. You know, you got to, you know, you got to find that balance. Okay. You got to be in the middle. You got to walk the line. It's a swirl of emotion. You got to have both. You got to look at the hard stuff. You got to look at the dark stuff. You got to look at the light stuff. You got to look at it all. God is light and dark. God is positive and negative. The universe is light, dark, positive, negative. That's how it works. That's the secret. It's both. You know, it's like, well, how can God do such horrible things or allow such horrible things to happen in the world? It's because you have to have both. If you don't have, okay, it's like in the movie The Matrix, and they say the first Matrix we built, you know, it was perfect, and they hated it, and we lost entire crops. It's the same thing. If everything was wonderful, lovey, and lighty, okay, you wouldn't know what pain is, and without pain, you know, you wouldn't be able to have that experience of rising above the pain. If it was all pain, you just couldn't live. If it was all great, you know, you'd be bored as shit because there was no pain. Like it's like you have to have that balance. It has to be there. Why is the world such a bad place? It's because it's unbalanced. It's not that the world is all hate. There's so much love in this world, y'all. There is. I see it all the time. There's just as much hate. We need to find a balance. We need to find the balance point. That's what we need. And look at this hill right here beside this church. And they built this deck coming off here. I mean, is that strange or what? I mean, that's just strange. Yes, there's way too much hate. There is. That's a weird way to do a wall right there. All right. Look at all the ether antennas on top of that thing. International Stock Food Factory. Okay, so that is a food factory. That castle looking thing that could be basically a parliament building is a stock food factory. I mean, is that a designation name or what? Actually, hippie. I mean, I've been 18 years. I'm 18 years deep into this. Not into Mudflood. I mean, Mudflood. I came across Mudflood and Mudflood Tartaria, Old World, Flat Earth. Those two subjects they came later. They came like 2017 for me. But I awoke in 2008, and I learned the basics very quickly, like across the board. I was very, very quickly awakened. Like it was within 2 weeks, I had an experience where in the movie The Matrix, I bring this up because that thing is a documentary, y'all. That movie is a lot more important than people realize. But in that movie, there's the scene where he jacks in for the first time, and he's like, "Oh, I know jujitsu, and oh, I know, taekwondo, whatever, And now my awakening wasn't that I jacked in, with a stick in my head, but in 2 weeks, I downloaded into my mind in various ways the basics of what was going on in our world. It came to me so hard, so fast. Now, it took me years of studying, and I read over 3,000 books, 4 times each. I have massive notebooks of notes that I took. And I dug and dug and dug. This is St. James Street, Montreal. I dug and dug and dug, and I came out the other side, and it was incredible. This was all, I went dark on the internet from 2008 to 2017, I think. Yeah. And so I didn't go on the internet for that entire time. See, I had an internet business before I woke up, and so my life was wrapped around the internet. And so when I woke up, it was a wonderful thing to just let go of the internet, and I didn't want to go on the internet, and I let go of the internet, and I just read, and I listened to a lot of radio, coast to coast. I listened to thousands of hours of Coast to Coast and Alex Jones, and other radio programs. I've listened to so much radio, it's not even funny. And then I've watched thousands and thousands of hours of documentaries. I have a collection of documentaries that would, like, if YouTube or BitChute could get a hold of the collection of videos I have, because I have all the old school stuff that have been scrubbed, at this point. I don't even know what I have. I have stuff that people will bring up from time to time. I wish I could find such and such, and I'll have it, and I'm like, holy shit, And every once in a while, I'll put something up, but look at that lamppost. But no, I've been on a hell of a journey. I mean, it's been a long, long journey. And I still don't know. I don't know dick from donuts, y'all. Once you get so far in, you realize you don't know a damn thing. And I really, really don't. I'm not just saying that, y'all. I don't know anything. I know a tiny, tiny fraction of a little tiny little thing. I know that Fred is the horse that built America. That I know. Hey, what are you doing, you nut? Don't look at me. I'm not the one hiding things. I see you hiding that bone. He ain't fooling me. I'm on to you. There's Fred delivering. Well, I thought he was going to deliver bricks, but he ain't. There's Boss Man. But you get to the point you realize you don't know nothing. And that actually is good, because then, it gives you encouragement to keep learning. Because then it's like, wow, I've learned all this, and now I know I don't know shit. And so I'm going to keep going because I want to really know more. And I know that I'll, when it's all done and said, I'm really not going to know hardly anything. I'm not going to be able to, go back to God and say, God, look at everything I learned. God's going to be like, yeah, okay. All right, Beagle. Go back in. He ain't learned nothing yet. Look at that dude. He's just staring at us. Unscrubbed cartouche. I'm learning new stuff all the time. I just find learning fascinating. And also try to learn with taking the telescope and turning it the other way and looking down the wrong end of the telescope, and trying to look at it a different way and see what I can find, because it just works for me. Got a 4 ones for the clock, so that's, you know, your Mandela effect. Ether fencing and finials up there, ether antenna, more ether tech up here. But it's really hard, y'all, for people to do what I did. I had an experience that was most people cannot do, because I gave up everything to study. Everything. I just stopped life, and I just went in, and I dug in, and it's you know, I could sit here and talk about all kinds of subjects. I could talk about, you know, 9/11 like you wouldn't believe, but I don't. And I could do it with JFK, but I don't. I could do it with many subjects, but I don't, because those subjects I don't feel I can help on. I don't feel that there's people. First off, there's people that are doing it. You understand? I started this, I don't remember exactly, somewhere around maybe 2019, working with Mudflood. And when I started, you know, there was very few people even really doing this. And so I felt like I could be helpful, that it was something that I could sink my teeth into, that I could be helpful, and I could learn along with you guys. And I felt like I could make a difference there. And so that's why I do what I do with this. And besides, you know, you got, jackasses at YouTube that they want to block everything that, you know, you talk about, you know, like conspiracy stuff. They want to block everything you do. If y'all hadn't realized, they have scrubbed YouTube of 9/11. Like, good luck trying to figure out 9/11 on YouTube. It's not going to happen. You know, I mean, you got to go off menu for 9/11 stuff. Florida Lee, check out these heads up here. That's weird how that's. I bet that building's really interesting on the other side right there. Because look at the techie kind of stuff on that side. Look at that beauty up there. Looks like Tartarian lines right there.
How's it going, Beagle? How's the big birthday boy?
That's right, y'all. It's Beagle's, is Muddin's big 2.0 birthday tomorrow. He's born on October 10th, 2023. So he'll be the big 2.0 tomorrow.
Yep, he'll be a full-fledged dog tomorrow. He's last day on earth being a puppy. He ain't gonna be a puppy no more. You ain't gonna be a puppy, are you?
No, I'm gonna miss my puppy. But then I'm gonna have a full-fledged guard dog. He's top flight security.
Yeah, top flight security.
That's right. Top flight security. You can't get no better than a beagle. I tell you what, this thing's ferocious. You ain't ever seen a beagle in action. They will eat your liver. Tartarian lions. There's Fred down there working, getting it done. Got an outcrop door because the door was too big. Check out these lamps right here. That's kind of weird looking, the way they have those lamps up there. Kind of makes sense. Check out these ladies up here, 1867. Oh, look at them awnings. Oh my goodness. Reminds me of the Christmas Story, the major award. I won a major award. That's still the greatest Christmas movie ever. What's going on, big dog? Arch Wanders. Ethertech up here. Knox the Hatter, maybe. There's an obelisk right there. You just need some etheric energy to come in.
Would you quit licking my leg, you weirdo? My leg can't taste good.
Alrighty. Got St. Paul, Minnesota from High Bridge. I guess it's the bridge is high. Let it lock in. Here we go. All right. And we definitely built this down here. You know something I've noticed? Look at we built all these little shacks down here. Something I've noticed is that the ninny squad of the world, that the people that were so adamant to attack people that were doing the Mudflood, the old world, the Tartarian research, there was a group of people, I call them the ninny squad, that were actively trying to shut us down. And I mean, and I'm not just talking about on YouTube. They were like really trying to come at us, like hard. Like they were coming after, they were getting personal. Let's put it that way. And it was getting, a lot. It was getting more serious than they even realized themselves. And we were, we were looking at going back at them. I mean, it was getting bad, y'all. Y'all don't even know this is behind the scenes, but there was a group of people that were fucking with the big creators, Mudflood creators, Tartarian creators on YouTube, and they were coming after us pretty hard, and we went back at them, but it was getting nasty behind the scenes, and y'all don't know about this, but there was about some lawyers coming on board, because it was getting pretty personal. But they have since turned tail and run. I don't know what makes people want to be like that. Some people just, it's like some people just want to watch the world burn, as they said in the Batman movie. If you remember that line, it's like some people just want to watch the world burn, talking about the Joker. And that's what these people were. They were just people that they wanted to watch us burn. They did not want our ideas, whether they were right or wrong. They did not want them being told. And they were really coming at us. And I really feel sorry for them, because there was absolutely no reason to be that way. But I guess God intervened, and then I don't know. They it's like it's almost like they were under demonic like possession, that they were like, and I'm not joking, y'all. The shit's real. And the people, they were I think being controlled. They don't know they're controlled, but they get lower minded people can be controlled with demonic possession, and I think that's what we're dealing with. Demonic attack. I really do. And I don't believe in like demons and like devils, but like dark energy is a better way to say it. It was dark energy attack. We won, but it was getting serious, y'all. Y'all don't even know, because it wasn't, a public thing. Matter of fact, I think this is the first time I've talked about it. But and some of you out there know, some of you actually know about this. So some of you know that what I'm saying is true, because you were there and you were part of it. So, and you know who you are. you understand that, you understand what I'm saying is correct. But I don't know. God always, takes care of his own, as they say. Yeah, people, y'all gotta be careful, because that karma is a bitch. It will. You don't like you not only get what you put out. You get back. It comes back on you threefold. So however shitty you are to a person, you get it back threefold. You're going to get it 3 times shittier, and you're not going to know. It's not going to look like the same. You're not going to feel like, oh, that's because I did such and such to so and so. It's going to come back to you in a way that you're not going to realize it's attached, unless you realize, oh, wow, I'm getting screwed with because I did such and such to so and so. But you're going to get screwed with. And it's going to suck. You're not going to be real happy with the results. So I'm just warning you. When somebody is hateful to you, what I'm telling you is to walk away and let the universe handle it, because the universe knows that that's a flat Earth asterisk. Okay, but the universe is going to take care of you. Okay, it's going, and I'm talking about all of you, the good and the bad. Okay, if you're good, the universe is going to take care of you. If you're bad, the universe is going to take care of you. But the difference is what kind of energy that universe is going to take care of you with. If you're negative to somebody, the universe is going to bring that negativity back to you threefold. There's the pooper scooper, man, right there. If you're good to somebody, it's like, why do philanthropists give away their money? Because they know they get it back. They know if they give $1 billion away, they get $3 billion back. They get back what they put out, plus some, tripled some. I mean, it's like they know that's how the universe works. That's why it's like, oh, they're so nice for giving away all their money, for donating all this wealth. Well, yeah, but that's not why they do it. They do it because they know they're going to get it back. They're not stupid. I mean, you look at like J.D. Rockefeller, where he go around, John D. Rockefeller, where he go around giving away dimes, but then look at the money, he's donated. Why did he do that? Why did he give, the poor, sap on the side of the road a dime, but then he give away, millions of dollars to a charity? It's because he knew he'd get it back. It's real simple. Look at that building. That is just wild. But those arrows really, really set it off. Those arrows are better than awnings, I think. I mean, that's personal opinion. Man, that's pretty. I like this kind of stonework here. It's like mine's really like a Tetris. That was a good movie if you've never seen it. The movie about Tetris, the making of Tetris, the game. That was an interesting movie. Portholes. So these are wind catchers. Look at the detail on that thing. Good grief. You see these things a lot. It's very common. I don't think they're old world tech, but these are old ether antennas, probably filled with mercury. More portholes there. See, this is not. Look at the sacred geometry there. That's so beautiful. I mean, seriously, drop the acid, would you? This is have y'all seen the mushrooms that get attached to probes, like clippy probe thingies, and then they attach these machines that analyze the electrical impulses from the the mushrooms, and then the mushrooms play music. That is really cool if you hadn't seen that. That's true. Tall buildings can't exist without elevators. I think elevators are old world. This is that is really cool. Oh, I had a point here. Okay, so see right here is a floor, okay? And you can imagine there right in between here there is a floor, okay? And then in between here there's a floor, right? But then you look here, this is like a half a floor. Why did they do that? Why would you have a half a floor? Oh, that's the attic. Well, yes and no. This would be, they would have constructions, let's put it that way, that would be, each one of these windows could be attached to a channel. It could be a box tube or a round tube or some sort of cavity that runs, to certain floors, on certain sides of the building. And it probably ran down, through the in between the windows. Okay. And they would the air it would come in and it would go down these tubes, these channels, and it would, let's say, go down, to this room, and it would come out, and it was a way to have air conditioning. And then you could open your window and it would create a vortex of air. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what it is. It's a wind catcher. Those are pavement lights right there across the front. Can't see them very well. There's pavement lights across here too, but they are there. That's pavement lights for sure. There's Fred. I ain't seen donkey yet. Still looking for a donkey. Check out these etheric lights right here. Very cool. Selling some drugs right here. Gonna pick up a bag of weed. That reminds me of the where's my thing here? Lord have mercy, buttons aren't toys. What in the world? We went to Atlanta one time in the 90s, and my buddy he wanted to buy some weed, and he went up to this black guy that was on the side of Peachtree Street. He's like, "Yo, man, can you get some weed?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I'll get you some weed." He said, "Give me 5 minutes." He comes back, hands it to him. My buddy gave him, I don't remember how, it was like $20 or something. He gave him this baggie with his stuff in it. And I said, "Give me that." And I looked at that and I said, That's fucking oregano, dumbass." He's like, "No, it's not." And knowing good and damn well it was oregano, that son of a bitch smoked that whole bag just to prove me wrong. I was like, "You're so stupid." Oh, he didn't want to be wrong though. I'm like, "All right, enjoy it, enjoy your oregano." But I knew it was damn oregano. He had not smoked much weed. He was God. The Tartarian lion legs there. Oh gosh. Barber pole there. That's a very weird roof. Why you do that? Okay. Got a flat earth asterisk there. I tried a grounding mat. I didn't that really, I don't know, it just really, I didn't see much difference with that. Maybe I wasn't doing it right, but what I do is every morning I go out and ground, just bare feet to ground. And I tell you what, that does make a difference. Every morning, I walk my dog, and as he's taking his business, I take my slippers off and I get me some grounding going on. I love it. That's something I highly recommend. I had this guy the other day. I hadn't talked to him in a while, and then he was telling me, "Yeah, I got sick last winter, and I was so sick." I said, "Well, do you think it was COVID?" He goes, "Yeah, it probably was, but I got the shot, but I still got the COVID." I said, "Well, maybe, just maybe, you just put it on the table, but maybe you, you got the COVID because you took the shot." I'm just saying, let's just put that out there. He's like, "Yeah, maybe." I'm like, damn. I said, "Well, my suggestion is that you don't get a shot." "Well, but I already had it." I said, "Well, don't get another shot." I said, "If it happens again, suffer through it." Unscrubbed cartouche here, eagle representing the phoenix. Cassidus right there. I just, dang, oh man. Yeah, I like these memes that they show with the Statue of Liberty, New York. I like these memes that they show with the how stupid people were back during COVID and how they were social distancing. They have stuff like wearing like foam pieces coming out of their head, and they got like, just some of the stuff, like people wearing like plastic containers around their. I don't know, man. I just it literally was an IQ test. And look at these houses that are underground here. Why are the roofs on the ground? That's really weird looking. What's your problem, big old hound dog? Oh, this image has been manipulated. It's hard to see, but it's been painted, and you can see the little white lines where they've highlighted it. You need to zippy do it. Yeah. Here, you want a biscuit so you shut up so we can do our business? Please. Here you go. I know big 2.0 birthday. Hold on, folks. Hold on. We got to have a cookie break. Biscuit break. Who doesn't like a biscuit? I'll tell you what, you get all kinds of specials today, ain't you, boy? Yeah, big 2.0 birthday. I don't see why you wouldn't. Yeah, they got highlighted. They just take paint, they kind of add highlights. You can see it there too. A bunch right here. Some more in there. It's kind of hard to see. It's very lightly done, but they definitely photo manipulated this image. I'm not saying it's nefarious. I don't know if they did any of the stonework, but there's your star fort, in case you need a star fort. Yeah, they did a little bit right there. But yeah, some more right here. Let's see. Statue of Stephen Girard in Philadelphia. Mariner and Merchant. 1750 to 1831. What's your problem, big old mouth hound? Oh yeah, oh. You got Mudflood drop in here. I love this railing. Look at we can build this very beautiful stone. Hush it, it's not time to go yet. And we got some interesting work here. Looks like they're doing construction or something, because they seriously got some nice railing here. Hush it. You got coal hole covers there. Hush now. Don't make me get the. You lucky I can't knock you. I cut my finger yesterday, and that sucker hurts, boy. Right? I was trying to throw a piece of wood, and I wasn't paying attention because the emu was playing with me, and I as I threw the wood, it hit hit something, and like just the wood just jammed right, and it just cut the shit out of me. Anyways, hush, movie. Don't you see we're trying to work here? Trying to look at this fellow's spectacles. He's got the fancy spectacles. What else we got? Would you quit that? You nut. All right, quit. Got time for it. This Beagle's getting riled up. He's ready to party. Got Sullivan's Mountain Monument near Lomanville, Loman, New York. It's just a weird lock in there. Okay. We got graffiti on the building. That's weird. That's a very strange construction. Very weird. It's hard to imagine why they would build it like that. It's almost like they built this structure. Well, gosh, how would you do that? Man, that's above my pay grade. How would you do that? Okay, the outside. Question is, did they build the inside and then the outside around it, or did they build the outside and then fill the inside? Either way, what is the point of the inside? What is the point? I don't know. That is odd. I don't have an answer on that one. They're using it's got a coin. You can see it. You know, you got a long one, long one, short, long, short, long, short. So it's a coin, which is a stabilizing technique for the corner, but that is odd. That is very odd. I don't know. Man, that is so weird. I'm trying to figure out, like, why would you build it like that? It's like rubble, but it's purposely done. It's not filled because it's hollow inside. And it's like it's mortared inside. And why is there like got H L H L H L? Like, why would it have these initials on it? Harry Luce. That's just weird. Sunday on the Levee, New Orleans, Louisiana. Lock in, okay. It's like cotton maybe coming in. It's like a warship back there. Some kind of Navy ship. And just look at the uniforms. I mean, it's just all perfect. All these people are just decked to the nines. They don't have washing machines, people. Okay? That's the thing. It's like, how can you, like, why would you dress like this without washing machine? Like, I think I'd be wanting on a regular basis to be wearing my worst clothes. You know, look at this dude. He got one leg. He's got sawed off. I don't know what that thing is. Got antlers on their bill. Look at all this rigging here. Super weird. Those are cool to me. I think those are neat. Look at that techie looking business up there. America. And that one's burned off. See, that looks techie right there. Warning, no smoking. No smoking for you. Okay, I guess it burned the cotton up. Sunset off the Battery, New York Harbor. Oh, I let it go in. That's just really pretty. That one ain't Vanilla Sky, is it there? You got the Statue of Liberty back here. These buildings back here. Got some tall ships. A couple big ones right there. Some big ones back there. Check out that sucker. Looks like a foreign land. It doesn't even look like America to me. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it would be, America. I don't know. Superior Street in Cleveland. We got Mudflood Winters down here. Beautiful awnings. Fred's doing what Fred does. Mansard roof. Really cool. I love mansard roofs. So neat. Everybody's just decked in nine. They got their, you got ladies in uniform. When I say ladies in uniform, I'm talking about these ladies with the white shirt and the black dresses with the hat. It's a uniform. They're all wearing the same thing. It's very, and the men are wearing the same thing too. It's just easier to spot with the ladies. It's just so distinctive. Look at that doorway there. Good grief. I don't know. I'm not saying I have the 100% answers here, y'all. I do not. I don't want to pretend like I do. And I'm not saying this is absolute truth. You must, accept it. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, look, here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing there's something strange about this time frame. That, okay, all these built, where's the construction? These are already here. This is 1890 to 1910. Okay, it's already here. Okay. There's no, where's the, like you think today, there's construction everywhere. Where's the construction? There is no construction. You very, very rarely see construction. Okay. Then you have, you've got pavement lights. You've got, mud flood doors like this. I mean, look at that. What, really? You're going to build, you're going to make a door that fancy to go underground? Here's the same thing right here, and it's above ground. Does that make sense? I mean, look, it just, that doesn't make sense. And I'm not saying it doesn't make sense to me. I'm saying it doesn't make sense. It does not make logical sense that you would build that way. I mean, you can make up a lot of excuses, like, oh, well, they wanted to use the basements as to save the space. Well, build the basement above ground. How hard is that? If you can build a building that is, let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 stories plus a roof. 17 stories of building, okay? Why can't you just make this one right here above ground? I mean, you've got it halfway in the ground. Why? What is the logic there? You have to dig the building out to build it. They had to dig all around this to build this building, supposedly. To dig the foundation, okay? You can't just start here. You've got to dig out. You've got to dig out to get the foundation to build it. You got to be able to have room to build it. Why not just, like, okay, granted, you got to get down to, a solid foundation ground-wise, whatever you want to call it, bedrock or, whatever, depending on where you are. But, I mean, you got to get down to solid ground, okay? Granted. But why would you want your buildings below ground? This is before electricity when these were built, okay? Why would you want to be in the basement with gas lamps that are hot, that don't have much light? It's just that dog does not hunt. You can't take that dog hunting because he ain't gonna hunt nothing. You follow? And then why would you put Tartarian lines on everything? Why would you use the most expensive materials? Marble and limestone and bricks and wrought iron and cast iron. And why would you build huge columns? And why do you put the detail on the columns? Or why so much detail? Why? Who is paying for this? Well, there were rich people back then. Yes, there were. Yes, there were. But how do you think those people got rich? You think it's because they built big ass buildings all the time? I don't think so. Syracuse, New York, Syracuse University. Why would you build windows on the ground? Okay, this is a college, right? You know they're going to be playing, ball. They're going to be tossing baseballs and footballs and whatever balls, and they're going to throw the ball right through the window. They're going to, the kids, boys will be boys. They're going to go up there and going to kick the shit out of your window. Why? Because boys can be hateful. Why? Because it's fun. We're boys. We enjoy it. Don't lie. You boys know what I'm talking about. Okay, why would you do that? Why would you build a window? And this ain't a great example, but there are a lot of great examples. I'm sure we'll find one soon of the windows being below ground level. Why would you build it so the rain goes right in? This is pre-caulk, y'all. You couldn't go down to the hardware store and buy silicone caulk. They didn't have that. Okay, how are you sealing these windows up? Oh, we had glazing. Really? That's how you did that at their fencing up there. Why does everything look like a castle? Why does everything have a Moorish look? Stonewall finials. Why do you say the Moors? Because the Moors were in America, y'all. Okay, the Moors were here when we got here. Well, how did the Moors get here? Well, look into it. Dig deeper. Go check out Dane Calloway. Now, he doesn't go far enough back, but he really nails, that black people were here. Dane Calloway, he's militaristic black man, but just ignore that. He's stuck in that he's locked into that paradigm, but that's okay. Just ignore that militant black man stuff and you'll be okay. And the wind catchers, Ether Finial. We got the Bassams, Dixville Notch, wherever that is. I don't even know. Lock in. There we go. That must be their logo. Ether Finial. And I believe we found a lot of these wood structures as well. Many, just as many wood structures as we did this, the brick and the stone structures. Why would the old world build out of wood? Because you can do things with wood you can't do with stone. Sometimes you want the look of wood. Everybody has a different way of seeing the world, and some people want to see a stone. Some people want a brick house. Some people want a wood house. It's also a cost thing. Maybe some people, could afford it. Maybe some people just know how to work with wood, and other people don't. I mean, there's lots of reasons. Lots of reasons. And look at this hill here. I mean, let's build here. Let's pick the weirdest little hill to build on and build there, because that makes sense. And then we're going to put ether antennas all over our roofs. We're going to put amazing wrought iron work out here. No problem. Big ass 12-foot doors. Not a problem. Got some signage there. Kind of can't read it though. Got a flat earth asterisk in case you need that. Another flat earth asterisk. And that's my symbol. That I believe that's the symbol for flat earth. Another flat earth asterisk there. They're everywhere. The more you look, the more you'll see. And the cross was added. This was all, the narrative that they added. That's a whole nother ball game. Whole nother ball game. Y'all need to, y'all really, okay. Y'all, okay, let's be honest. It's interesting to me how I don't like the word truthers because that word has been so corrupted. I don't consider myself a truther. I think it's a bullshit word. I think it's a bullshit idea. I think they have corrupted it, or we have corrupted it. The whole community has corrupted it. But you know who I'm talking about. Okay. These people that are awakened and they're searching for these truths. Okay. Let's say it that way. Okay. Look, you can believe 9/11's an inside job and, JFK was, a conspiracy and Mudflood and, flat earth. You could believe all these thousands of different conspiracies, right? Whatever. But when it comes to religion, you go, whoa, wait a minute now. Nobody's the fucks with the Jesus. But what I'd like to say is that we got a ladder lane here. What I'd like to say is if you don't think for 1 second, that the controllers of this world didn't manipulate the religions of this world, you got some realities coming to you that are going to get checked because there's a porthole right there at the antenna. They manipulated the ever living shit out of religion. They really, really did. on so many levels, it's not even funny. And I know this personally because I have studied all the major religions around the world. I've studied everything from Christianity to Buddhism to Zoroastrianism to Satanism to the Amish beliefs and Taoism and Taoism and Hinduism and Catholicism, Judaism. I've gone all the way back to Sumerian. I've studied all the major religions. Mormonism. It's you can learn so much from studying them all. It really, 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 really helps you understand what they've done. They have manipulated them so much. It's unreal. So my suggestion is take a deep breath and look into these things. Don't just continue to believe that there's a million conspiracies but one. It's that meme where it's like, you got a guy, saying, so you think everything's a conspiracy, and the guy sitting there like, well, yeah. It's that. And what have we got going here? I mean, this is just, I don't even know. This is a very strange building. I don't even know where to even begin on this. Check out this arch right here. And then to give you the cliff notes, it all boils down to there's a creator of the universe, one creator. It's all the religions of the world study the same creator. It's all one creator. Okay. They've separated us, making us think it's not, but it is. It's all one creator. Okay. And you are it. You are all the creator. Every one of you. You, me, all of us. I am you, you are he is, we are all together. You know, it's all one. If you imagine the creator as the ocean and you are a drop out of the ocean, okay? And then you get dropped back in the ocean, okay? You're still the essence of the creator. You still are the creator. Whether you're inside, you know, the physical confines of creation, or you're in the external outer limits of creation. It's all creation. It's all one creation. It's all connected. When you study quantum physics, you'll realize everything is connected. Everything is connected energetically. It's all down, and it's not something you can touch. It's not something you can see. It, although you can if you know how. It's not. It's purposely hidden from you. This is a total abstinence monument in Fairmount Park, Philadelphia, with Tartarian lines. It's all connected. Everything's connected. Everything, every little thing. Look at that. I guess you pull the chain and the water comes out look, the water's coming out the mouth of the lion. How cool is that? And how, like, seriously, how do you build that? I don't know. That's like, whew. This reminds me of a beehive. That is a weird thing right there. And this top is not original to me. I don't think that's original. I think that's additioned. That looks like it was added. I bet these statues here are added too. I bet they're not original. I mean, you can look at the difference in the color between the two. Those are not original. You know what I see in my mind's eye? I see, you take away these 4 statues over here, you add those big fancy etheric lights, and then here you add an obelisk on top of that. That's what I see was there originally. That's just an opinion. This is the U.S. Post Office in Washington, D.C. Because when Fred makes deliveries, he wants to have the best of the best accommodations to go pick up his Tartarian lines off buildings. Little Fred here, he wants to roll up and get his mail from underground in Mudflood windows and arch windows, big doors. Fred really needs to get his mail from a castle in 1900. Because in 1900 they were there's 4 1s for the Roman numeral, which it was always IV for me, or 1V, however you want to say it. So that's a Mandela effect to me. Portholes. Believe this was added, the little vent there. But I mean, seriously, why do we need that to deliver mail? Like, that is the U.S. Post Office. Is that necessary to the accommodation of my mail delivery? Well, I understand it's different back then. Times is different, you know, and they did things different. Everybody was sending mail and everything. But I mean, okay, look, y'all. The post office has never made any money. Okay? Look into that. How could they build that? Come on. USS Alabama. Alabama, as Forrest Gump would say. And we got big guns here. These are very interesting inside. I've never seen the insides of a ship this old, but I've seen the insides of the USS North Carolina battleship and the guns. And man, the inner workings of those guns is phenomenal. It is a sight to see if you've never seen the technology in those things. Don't even bother asking me how it works, because I couldn't tell you. Like it is so complicated in there, and how men didn't get killed just like walking around up in there, I don't know. Look at them big tall ships. I bet those were a sight to see back then. A big chimney back here. And this is the same ship, different angle. And let it lock in. There we go. Remember, these are very, very high resolution pictures. These are digital scans of glass plate negatives. And they're very high resolution. This dude's over here. I think he might be smoking him a joint. I don't know. I think some of y'all smoking a joint. Tell the truth. Morgan, where you at? I know. Ain't fooling me. That's all right. Smoke them if you got them. Do. So that's that. Look at these tall ships back here. Very nice. Very nice. And we got Washington Avenue grain elevators in Philadelphia. See, this is what I would expect, you know, the men of 1900 to be wearing. Like, this is like, in my mind's eye, what I would think that time was like, but it's not. I just thought life was just really, really hard at that time. White House and grounds from War Building, Washington. Look at all these greenhouses. All that glass. The White House has changed so much. That's something, if you interested in looking into something interesting, that Morgan talking about he can see through time with his smoke. That's pretty good. Okay. Anyways, but look into how they gutted the White House and redid it. Very interesting stuff. Eagle representing the Phoenix on a ball right there. Why do they need the ball? Like, why is the ball necessary to, with the eagle sitting on the, I think it's part of selling this ball narrative. We live on a ball. That's a cool building. Got a Moorish look to it. See, look, that's amazing. Construction. So rare to see that. That's just so rare. You just don't get to see much of that. And you should be seeing construction everywhere. Matter of fact, construction would have taken longer back then. Oh, but no, they say, oh no, we build these grand buildings in a year. Oh, yes. Oh, and the architect, we did a contest. He never built a building yet. He builds the Taj Mahal, no problem. I mean, these horseshit narratives are like ridiculous when you get down to them. And yes, my lunch break, he nails these kind of things. He goes into when you got time to do it, you can do these things. That'd be great. I wish I had time to do that kind of stuff. That would be awesome. but he goes into great detail about going in and showing the horseshit narrative very well and pointing it out very well. So that is the 50 pictures of this week, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? Did you have a little fun tonight? It was Muddin's big 2.0 pre-birthday party tonight. His birthday's tomorrow. He's his last night as a puppy dog. He will be a full-fledged guard dog next time you see him. He's getting his credentials. He's getting a new collar, some toys. He's getting a big old carrot cake with sparklers and happy birthday candles and big two, and oh, he's gonna have so much fun. Good time. Y'all doing okay tonight? Anything you'd like to ask? Any questions you'd like to ask? And before we wrap it up, let me see if we can. Which one of the fighters is no getting passed along with many horses? Or yeah, that's a good point, Morgan. Is that people? This is something people don't think about in history. They'll say stuff like a 10,000 man army is an example, but what you don't realize is for a 10,000 man army, there's probably 5,000 support staff. I mean, people have got to, feed the horses and fix the armor and cook the food and dig the latrines and build the tents and make the clothes and forage in the forest. I mean, there's people don't really consider the support staff. And same thing with building back in those times. You had to have people, a horse can only do so much work in a day and then it has to rest. It has to eat a lot, has to drink a lot. It can only work so long. And people talk about horses can pull so much weight. Yeah, but they can't do it for 24 hours a day. They can't do it for 12 hours a day. They're not machines. It's not like a truck. You can pull a truck up, you can fill it up, you can drive it to a job site, and on the way back, you can fill it up with gas again. A horse, yes, it might be able to take the trip to deliver, but then it might need a break. It might be done for the day. I mean, and it's like there has to be, places to store these horses, and there has to be hay, there has to be feed, there has to be water. They need horseshoes, and that's just the horses. It just goes on and on and on and on. It's like the support staff is so important. I don't think we remember this stuff. Haha loves a donkey. Donkey lover. Do you think that the arches in the old world building had a purpose? Yeah, I mean, it could have had a magnetic property to it. I think people have made videos talking about this. Very possible. It's also strong. It's a lot stronger than an arch is much stronger than putting than a square, rectangular, or a flat lintel. An arch is much stronger. It can load bearing more. It also looks prettier. Scotland. Wait, hold it. Scotland is Where did I just look into recently? Ireland, Scotland. Is there? Okay, give me the name of a city in Scotland to look into. A lot of times that like not knowing the when I get outside of America, I get like if it's not a well known city, I can get lost really quick trying to figure out things. Like when you say Scotland, I think of big rolling hills and William Wallace and shit. You know, I don't really think of old world architecture, but I'm sure it probably is. I don't know. I can't think I've ever really looked at that. Ireland, yes, I have. That's a good question. Edinburgh, is that Scotland? Because I've looked at Edinburgh. Okay, that might be Scotland. Hell, I don't know. Edinburgh. I thought that where Edinburgh. Where's Edinburgh? Edinburgh. Is that Scotland? Haha. It might be. I've looked at Edinburgh before. That's some deep shit right there. Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland. Wow. Okay. Wow. I've looked at yeah, Edinburgh's that's some deep stuff right there. Definitely. That's weird. I didn't really focus. See, I don't focus on I don't focus on Europe. I find it wonderfully interesting. I just don't focus on Europe because it's in America. What I love about America, I try to focus on America because that we have that timeline. You have to fit everything into a timeline. You know, we came here at this point. We built this at this point. We moved this way at this point. We established this city here. Like, but with Europe, it's like your history is it goes for a lot further back, and a lot of it's lost. So they've been able to cover it up real well. So it's very difficult. Another area to focus is Australia, because you know you've got the foundation dates. You know, there were the people, we didn't go there before this time, so it couldn't have been there before. So it's really funny because then they lock themselves into a time frame of it had to be done by this point. So that's really cool. But that's why I stick to America, and you know, being American, there's nothing better about America, but it's just where I'm from. So I've traveled America. I've been to a lot of these cities. I've been a lot of cities in between, a lot of towns in between. I've seen America, and I understand it better. Which is why I stick to Dundee. Is that a place? I don't know much about Scotland. I mean, I just don't. Tell me Scotland, I think of a little old man with a staff and he's herding sheep up a big hill on the side of a cliff next to the ocean. That's what I think of when I think of Scotland. And men in kilts. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know much about Scotland. And I agree. Edinburgh has been done 1,000 times. I've definitely looked at Edinburgh just because it was so interesting. Yes. Well, I got a hold of these chocolate chip cookies at the grocery store, and they were delicious. They were good. I'm just saying. You like chocolate chip cookies? The Carly C's in Dunn, North Carolina has some really good chocolate chip cookies. Do. That's interesting. Mm. There was a lot of Eiffel Towers. That's a weird thing, is when you're looking into the towers, there was a lot of those. Very strange that you never hear about, but just the one. That reminds me of the movie Tomorrowland. That's such a good movie. I you know, movies are just really fun. I used to love movies. Not as big into movies anymore, but movies. I used to be a big movie fan. I used to have a big movie collection because it was just, one of my hobbies. I just really enjoyed movies. So I've seen many movies. Now I don't have I can't watch really. I can't watch TV or movies now, or even documentaries. I can't even watch. Like I'll be watching, and all of a sudden I'll start thinking, oh, I need to go research such and such. And next thing you know, I'm 3 hours later, and I've only watched 10 minutes of the show or the movie or whatever. It'll take me 2 weeks to watch a 2-hour movie, which is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I can't. I used to be able to watch 1 or 2 movies a night. I'd sit there, drink my beer, and watch movies, and I could do it, no problem. I used to love it, and now I can't. I cannot get through. I don't remember the last time I watched a movie all the way through completely. I have no idea. I can't do it anymore. It's not that I don't have an attention span. I don't have an attention span for the movie. I'm over, like, you get me into researching, and I can go for a long time doing that. Bum. All right. Anybody else got some more questions? I used to like video games when I was younger. I don't. I still enjoy music. I'm still always finding new music. Always looking for new music to not just use for my videos, but use for just I love music history. I love, just music all in general. Like, that's something I've always been interested in. What topic are we talking about? Covers this topic. Yeah, there are, when you build, okay, there are a lot of people right now that talk about this topic, but a lot of those people are grifters. They're just like ticky-tacky people that are just trying to get clicks and subs, selling all kinds of, Tartary was this, Tartary was that. They don't know anything about it. They're building on this thing, and that's not no good. But as for people that are trying to actually really do something, we're few and far between. And I think you all know who the people are. I mean, it's not a long list, and I imagine you all have found them all for the most part. There's very little, I don't know. We're a rare breed. And when I came along, there was very few. There was maybe 10 people doing it. I mean, there was a very small number. And there's not much more now. There's maybe double, triple that. So it's yeah, it's a rare thing. I wish there was more, because the more people that, the way I feel is the more people that would work on it, the more information we would find, and like different perspectives. And my main thing is, I just wish that, and we've tried to do this, I just wish we could have, I wish that we could have, see, I cut my finger, that hurt. This stupid thing does this every now and then. I don't know why. I wish we could have collaborated and had open dialogue amongst the creators. Now it's like nobody talks to anybody anymore, because everybody, it just turned into a big old shit show, and nobody was ever interested in that. And it's so it's not that everybody dislikes everybody. It's just that you got people. Okay, you got examples like Conspiracy RS. He doesn't ever get involved with it because he somehow, some way, he knew it would turn into a shit show. So shout out to Conspiracy RS, because he knew better. Same thing with Jared Boosters. He knew that it would. He knew not to get involved in it. And Mind Unveiled, they knew to stay away from collaborations, because it would be. I have collaborated with Mind Unveiled, but not face to face, and like it was basically, he contacted me behind the scenes and wanted to do a video on the stuff I was working on, that he was working on also, but he saw that I had a lot of good research, and I said, well, you're welcome to everything I have. And I just sent him everything I had, and I said, you're welcome to use everything I have. Here you go, it's yours. And that was, but he doesn't collaborate. We didn't, we didn't go any further than that. And I get it. Because then I tried collaborating, and a lot of people turned out to be nice people. A lot of people turned out to be shitheads. There's a lot of shitheads, and the wheat was separated from the chaff. And so at some point I just shut off. I don't want nothing to do with none of y'all. I'm just gonna stay over here in my little corner, and I'm gonna be happy with that, because I don't need the drama. I'm not here to enjoy the drama. I don't want to watch. I don't want to be General Hospital here. I don't want to be a soap opera. I would love to be able to in a perfect world, I would love to be able to invite John Levy onto my show and say, hey, can you come on and let's talk about Meltology, because I disagree with what you're saying, and I'm sure you're going to disagree with what I'm saying, but let's talk about it. Let's see if we can find a common ground. But we can't do that, because see, John's up there on the high horse of being John Levy, and I'm down here, and and that doesn't give me the same voice as him. But I got a big mouth. And truth always rises. Remember that. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. All right, everybody. I think the Beagle is about ready to bust here. He wants to go patrol. You want to say goodbye to everybody? Let's see. Let's do the bribery. Do a bribery test. Want a bribery? Here we do a bribery. You can get you want no, you gotta come up here and say goodbye to everybody. Come on. They want everybody, you people want to, they say you want to say bye to you. Come on. They want to say happy birthday. No, you gotta come up here. No, it's over here.
It's over here. Get up here, you nut. You just want to grab it and run. I know what you want to do. Get up here. That's what I thought. Is it good? He likes to run when he gets his biscuits. He thinks I'm going to take it from him. Oh, man. All right, everybody. Well, Muddin's gonna he thanks you for hanging out with him for his big 2.0 pre-birthday party, and he'll be, next time you see him, he'll be a full-fledged guard dog. And I appreciate every one of you for just simply hanging out and listening to old fart like me ramble on and try to show you some of the things I find and share some of the little bits of things that I've learned over the last 18 years of this crazy ass journey called awakening. And I hope that this makes a difference in your life. I know that you make a difference in mine. And we will see you very soon. Love, Beags.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma. Don't you get it?
Say woof again! Say woof again!
I've got one that can see.
Welcome to the underground.
This is my kung fu, and it is strong.
See you later.